We're live.
Oh,
We've done it again.
dang.
So, Ronnie,
Yeah.
do you have a basement that Toby might be hiding in? Have you recently let anyone remote tap into your computer?
You know what? There was a guy at the door
Yeah, yeah.
yesterday.
UPS?
No, he had a
No.
couple puppets with him,
Puppets, you say?
and he said he just wanted to check my gas meter.
Mm-hmm.
That's the last I saw him.
So you let him go ahead and do that?
He could be in here somewhere.
Huh.
I don't know.
So we're looking for a puppet?
A couple puppets, perhaps.
Okay, could be.
Yeah.
Boy, I hope you're
Oh,
finding us.
the sound.
Hooli, now what's up?
The sound is better.
And we can hear it ourselves.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even remember where we left off in the last show.
I don't know. I think we were talking about. Oh, we were talking about Super Bowl performers.
Oh yeah,
And you were talking about JT.
right.
You know what?
Timberlake.
And he was in a movie. God dang it, I can't think of the name of the movie. He played a school teacher, and he did a really nice job. He's not an actor. He's been on Saturday Night Live.
Mm-hmm.
He did one of the funniest skits I've ever seen in the world.
Was that Dick in the Box?
Dick in the Box.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
I think about it and I start laughing with Adam Sandberg, right? Isn't that his name? It's not Sandler. It's Adam, the other Adam was on Saturday Night
Oh yeah,
Live.
I know who you're talking about.
God dang, that was the funniest crap ever. You have to Google that because
There
and
were several of those.
it's a
Actually.
Valentine's Day thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a part two also.
Is the screen clear enough for you people? Because I'm getting a warning that says the stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We recommend that you use a stream bit, and that's all I can see.
Yeah.
So is it clear enough? Can you tell Ronnie on
Let's
your
see.
phone there?
Gonna have to switch to glasses here.
Sounds good from Tom Marinock. Thank you, Tom.
Yeah,
Belva, good morning to you.
yeah, looks fine.
Jamie says, "Yay!" I know. I can't figure it out. I don't know. We didn't do anything, and you saw what happened. The
Yeah.
sound just went hinky.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything. We didn't change anything. We didn't click on anything.
No.
All right. So, welcome back to part 2 of Sunday Morning Mass. You can sit down now if you haven't already. We're glad that you're here and you followed us over. Coming up in a few minutes, we're going to do our Mantasy draft picks. And I think this week, well, we anticipate that we're going to get a lot of feedback from you in the live chat before making our picks. And of course, we do Rochambeau
Right.
to see who goes first. And I got to tell you, Ronnie, I've been thinking about this.
I have been too.
I texted you last night, and I said we need to have some rules. Well, just
Right.
one rule. Okay, so for instance, if you picked,
Well, maybe we should tell them what the category is.
oh yeah, it's classic cars.
Classic cars.
Okay, so and that could be a wide range of cars that you feel are classic.
Right.
As above 60-year-old men, we're going to give you what we think. However, y'all could make some suggestions right now before we get to that. And I'm going to give you for instance, if you said Cougar, Mercury Cougar, that would encompass all years.
All generations.
True.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Same thing
so
for, like, say, Corvette
right.
from
Okay.
53 to 2019.
So if you said 53 Corvette, that encompass all Corvettes.
Corvette's off the board now.
All of them, all off the board. Absolutely. Right. Okay. Technical term, icky. What's icky? Anon, good morning to you. Everything sounds good. Everything is good. Good. Here's that keyframe frequency problem again. Jason, I'm going to take a picture of this. Crap. Oh, man. Seriously? All right.
Sound is still good.
Okay, I'm going to take a picture of this message. Why in the hell is it? There we go. I'll put my fingers over the lens.
And I just went to a car show yesterday, so trust me, I saw every generation of every classic car possible.
What was the name of that car show? I forget.
It's called Hot Chili Cool Cars.
Did you have some chili?
I did not. we had Mexican food the night before.
Oh,
My stomach was still just a little bit on the grumpy side
hey, do you know how I like to eat chili? I ever told you?
with
Oh, you promised me you'll try this?
saltines.
No, no. When I was a kid growing up, and I think this was my dad's recipe, he'd make a nice bowl of chili, and then he'd plop that chili on top of, get ready, mashed potatoes.
Oh wow!
Oh, a little bit of starch in that meal between
Yeah,
the beans and the potatoes.
yeah, yeah.
But in any case, if y'all haven't tried that,
Hmm.
you got to try putting chili over mashed potatoes.
That
It's
sounds like
delicious.
a lot of work because you got to make mashed potatoes, or you can just take the chili out of a can.
I wish I could show you this screen. Jason says, I don't get paid enough for this shit. I'm going to hold that up to the camera and see if you can see it. I
Trust
don't
us,
get paid enough for this shit.
we don't either.
All right. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, so Mercury Comet
Oh.
says street. Yeah, my dad had a Comet, and I think it was a 63.
You know what? Otis is on to something.
Oh, yeah.
Nomad. And then Sakar says Pinto. That's a classic.
71 Pinto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
62 Nova SS. 76 Gremlin. I have a buddy. Well, an acquaintance.
Okay.
And he has, look, I'm showing the picture. And because it's blue, it's picking up in the green. Like a 76 AMC Pacer.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you,
The same cars at these different shows.
mm-hmm.
And there's one guy that he has a purple Gremlin.
I've seen that.
But it's a special model. I can't remember what they call it. Like a Model K or something. And it's got a 360
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
And it rumbles.
Uh-huh.
When he starts that thing up, you're like, well, that can't be the Gremlin making that sound.
And it is.
It is. So, you know what? It's possible to have a cool Gremlin, I guess.
No, it's not. Dev JB says 3 on the tree.
Yeah.
That's how I learned.
Yeah.
My first car was a 64 Ford Falcon station wagon.
Oh, that's classic.
6-cylinder, 200.
I hope you choose that as one of your Mantasy draft.
That's not a muscle car. Well, it is a classic car,
It is
I guess.
classic.
Yeah. And it had 3 on the tree, and that's how I learned to drive, with
Yep.
3 on the tree. The producer of my radio show, which is a car show, by the way,
Yeah.
he doesn't even know what 3 on the tree is.
Oh.
However, he does know
First,
about push buttons.
second. Oh,
Remember those?
My mom had a '57 Dodge Coronet,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
push button transmission.
Yep.
You didn't start the car by like turning the key. The key went to on, and then you push the park
Yeah.
button.
And that's what
That
started.
engaged the starter, and then you just let off. There was no start function on the key.
How do you turn it off?
Because it's on. The key is on.
Oh,
You just switch it to
oh,
off.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay,
Yeah, and there
gotcha.
was no accessory position even back
Mm.
in the 50s. It was just it.
You know what? I got a message that is held for review from Sakar. I'll release it in a second. He says 71 Pinto or 71 Hemi Cuda. Now, why did they hide that, or
I
why
don't
are they
know.
holding that comment?
I
What
don't
did he
know.
say? Cuda? Here, I'll release that statement. There you go.
I think Cuda's okay.
I think so too. With a mattress in the back, Lou. Otis, you know what? We used to do lawn chairs
Yeah.
and go to the drive-in and then back into the spot and then open up the back and put the lawn chairs in a cooler. It was perfect for the drive-in.
I had a Chevy truck, step side.
Was it
and
black?
It was black.
I remember it.
Yeah, I used it, my amp and a lot of band
Yeah,
practices
that's
with
what it
that,
was, sure.
and the PA equipment and everything else. But it had a tonneau cover on it, and I could sneak, if you piled them just right, you could sneak about a dozen people into the drive-in. So
I'd like to be one of those people all crammed in there with a girl. Yeah, I bet there weren't many girls though, huh?
there were a few girls.
Okay.
In fact, I met my wife at a drive-in
Mhm.
sneaking people in. She sat, because somebody had to sit in the front seat with you. You had to pay for 2 people. Otherwise, the people at the gate would get suspicious if it was like one person in a truck and the bed was covered. So yeah, you had to at least pay for 2
Hey,
people.
I want to get to the bottom of this one right here. Dev B comments at Anon about some sort of a comment. He says, I removed it and he deserves it for how rude and disconnected he is with his viewers. If you listen to what he is saying, it's very stupid and pointless. Who's he talking about?
I don't know. Could be talking about us because our show is kind of stupid and pointless.
Well, yeah, but we made a living out of it. Well, speaking of stupid and pointless, perhaps we should do our Mantasy draft.
Just jump right into it.
Okay, that seems like a great segue to me.
Yeah.
All right. Linked his video. It would be wise to not what? Guys, I got to know what you're talking about. 67 Olds Cutlass. Yeah. What? Oh, I don't want to go any more than that. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ronnie, it's time for our Mantasy draft picks, and this week it is classic cars.
Yep.
And we've already explained the rules to our viewers. Michael's videos are quite insightful. I don't know. You guys aren't telling me anything. Forrest Fenn linked his video. It would not be wise to discount it so easily. I need to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah. This sounds...
I was referring to number 22 video from Michael Hooley. Okay, well, maybe this is not the format for us to try to get to the bottom.
We'll go back and
yeah,
take a look at these.
Okay, Ronald.
Okay.
Let me get my notes up here. Okay. All right, we're going to do our Mantasy draft picks. Here's how it works. The person that wins Rochambeau, rock, paper, scissors, gets the first pick.
Right.
And that can be a really big advantage. However,
I think in this one, it's not going to be that huge.
Oh, I don't know, Ronnie. I don't know. I've thought this all the way out.
Because my first pick is not that much better than even my second pick.
Okay, but see, if you go, well, never mind. I have a strategy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. But he never says hi to people. 67 Camaro, the original game changer. Okay, now, if you're talking about muscle cars, maybe, but if you're talking about classic cars, I'm not sure if that's the game changer that you think. Okay, so the first thing we do is rock, paper, scissors.
Right.
I've even got a strategy for this week.
Uh-oh.
I really got you. Okay,
because
Ronnie,
I've won the last two.
I know, that's why I've been putting all this effort into it.
So now I'm in your head a little bit.
And you know, if this show is a show about nothing, why am I putting so much effort into this? All right, Ronnie, ready? Here we go.
See?
Damn it.
I'm all up in your head.
Damn it. Okay, but you know what? Maybe you played into my strategy because that's why I threw paper.
And I almost threw rock.
Uh-huh.
I almost threw rock.
I didn't want the first pick this week.
That
was my strategy.
Oh, dang.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, so the first guy gets one pick, the next guy gets two picks,
right,
and then the next guy gets two picks, and then the second guy gets one last pick. All right, that's how it works. Hooli is French and is pronounced hool, like cool, without the C. Okay, all right.
Wow.
Michael Hool is meh.
Oh.
Meh is who sent us the Thrill of the Chase book.
Yes. And I've seen him on Sean's show also. Smart guy. He's a super smart guy.
58 Ford Fairlane 500 with a convertible hardtop. You know, my grandpa used to have a 58 Ford Fairlane, and he and my grandma used to deliver papers in the morning in New Jersey, and I used to go with them in that car.
It'd be a lot more convenient if you had a convertible. You could just toss them out.
Dev, don't take it personally. Michael is very smart but lacks some basic social skills. That is normal in people with his intelligence. Okay, that's kind of a backhanded compliment, but okay. Meh is his initials. Got it. Okay, here we go, Ronnie.
Okay.
Round one, pick one.
I think this is the mic drop again.
Okay.
So I'm taking Chevy Bel Air, which obviously 55, 56, 57. The Tri-5s, they call them. Tri-5 Chevy Bel Air.
Okay, a very good pick.
That's the most classic.
Solid.
That's classic.
All right, so now you have actually played right into my hand.
Oh, no.
Yes, you have.
All right.
For my first pick in the first round, I'm going to go with Camaro.
I'm I was kind of thinking about that to be my first one because
Mhm.
there are so many unbelievably classic Camaros. After we talked about this last night, I Googled that,
Mhm.
and there are like 20 ultra rare Camaros that are, worth over $200,000.
Easily. My dad had
Yeah.
like a 70.
Yes.
With the 70 had the round rear tail lights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
My dad had a 70. It was burnt orange, and it was a beautiful car. The body was immaculate. And yet, on this beautiful classic car, he had a luggage rack on the trunk.
That's a nice touch. Yeah.
Okay, so I get to go with the second pick.
Yep.
All right. Wow. I'm gonna go. I think I know where you're gonna go with your pick. I've got Camaro,
Yep.
and I'm gonna team that up with Dodge Challenger. Mic drop. Your history, pal. You're swimming in your own pee.
That's
What does that mean?
I don't know. I do that a lot
Okay.
though. That is a good one also. Yeah, that's a good one. So now I got two.
You've got two picks coming to you. Let me.
Yep.
I want to see my picks as I'm listening to you.
Okay.
Okay.
So this was almost my number one pick,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a Pontiac.
I know where you're going.
It's the GTO.
I knew you would.
It's the father of muscle cars.
Mm-hmm.
It's the inventor of muscle cars.
Okay. All right. So
So
GTO.
I got the GTO.
Mm-hmm. All right. That's a good pick. It's solid. I have it on my list.
And then, because I love this car so much, and you guys will have to Google it and take a look at it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going with the Roadrunner.
The Plymouth Roadrunner.
Plymouth Roadrunner. And then you have to Google the Plymouth Superbird, which was the NASCAR version of Roadrunner. Richard Petty took it drove it to victory. Crap, I don't know. Like the first year it was introduced, they were killing people. They were walking all over people because
Mm-hmm.
it was a legitimate 200 mile an hour car right off the factory showroom floor.
Okay. All right. So please, if you would, review your three picks.
So I've got the Tri-5 Chevy or the Chevy Bel Air.
Okay.
I have the Roadrunner, and then I have the GTO, the Pontiac GTO, the father of the muscle cars.
Okay. So my picks so far have been the Camaro,
Right.
the Dodge Challenger,
Correct.
and I cannot believe that for the very last pick that this is even available. I can't believe it's still on the table. Corvette, my friend. I'll take the Corvette. I got Corvette.
Yep.
Corvette Ronnie didn't even pick it.
Yep.
You didn't even pick Corvette. Wow. Okay, so
Yep.
I have Camaro, I have Dodge Challenger, and I have Corvette.
So Zoso,
Mm-hmm.
he knows what I'm talking about because Plymouth Roadrunner
Yep.
is the same thing. They're just 1 year difference. The Dodge Charger Daytona.
Uh-huh.
When you look at it on Google, when you find a picture of it, they've got a wing on the back that's got to be 3 or 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I know the one you're talking
It's
about.
ginormous,
Mhm.
and that's what helped them go 200 miles an hour and stay planted at 200 miles an hour. So, Zoso, kudos to you for knowing those.
So Ken says 1971 Plymouth Cuda.
Kudos,
Jason says
Oh.
Lou for the win.
Jason. I don't know.
You know, I think I'll drink to that, Jason.
you got to give me some points for the 55, 56, 57 Bel Air.
Nobody gives a crap about those anymore.
God dang, that's it.
Just old guys.
That's the classic. That's kind of the definition. If you see a picture of a classic car or somebody describing a classic car show,
Mhm.
there's always a 55, 56, 57 Chevy on that T-shirt.
Yeah.
Always.
Okay.
Always.
Well, on my
Always.
okay, you said it. On my
Always.
radio show T-shirt, there's a Camaro,
That's true.
a red one.
Yes.
I got some crap for not having a blue one, but that's all right. All right. So there you go. That's our Mantasy draft for this week. We'll put them up on our website, which is menarososmart.com, and you can vote there. The cool thing about voting there is that it comes right to my phone.
Yep.
And as soon as I get a vote, an email vote, I pass it on to Ronnie, so
Right.
he's in the loop too, so that we know.
Yep.
Last week, I don't think we gave the results. We had Halloween candy,
Right.
and I believe you won.
I going away.
Yeah.
I won. Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
Nestle's Crunch. I had Hershey's with almonds, and was it? Oh yeah, it was. And I forget the last one.
I know what won
You
it
had
for me.
Snickers.
I had Snickers, but what won it for me was Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
That's right.
Number one in the world
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah. So I was determined to beat you this week. Ronnie, the GTO put you over the top.
See?
That's from Tom Marinock.
Yeah. I think he's right. I think I was right.
Mm-hmm.
Number one muscle car. I mean, well, not number one, but absolutely the father of muscle car, the inventor.
Rick.
Take a big engine, put it in a little car.
Oh yeah. And you know what? Honorable mention: the Mustang.
Yeah.
Didn't even come up, Ronnie, in,
I know.
in the chat or anything.
And you know what?
I had it on my list.
I was thinking about because you can't have Shelby without a Mustang.
Right.
And you
Right.
can't have the Eleanor Shelby
Right.
without the Mustang. And the Eleanor is an amazing vehicle. You know what?
Yes, this is live, Evelyn.
Yeah.
So my list that I write, Ronnie does it off the top of his head. I had Camaro, Corvette, Dodge Challenger. So I ended up with my top three.
Dang. Oh, there they are.
There they are. Then I
Wow.
had GTO, Dodge Charger, Pontiac Firebird,
Yeah.
which I didn't pick necessarily because I had one, but I thought about all of those Trans Ams too.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I also had Chevelle. I was going to go with the SS.
It's hard to turn that down.
I put Impala on my list.
Yeah.
And last but not least, I had Mustang. So there you go. Be sure that you go to our website and vote, okay? Every time I hold something up to the camera, it blends in with our green screen. We'll get used to it.
Or blue screen, as it
Oh,
were.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Evelyn says a guy put a 454 in an AMC Gremlin and used it to drag Santa Fe. Where did he drag Santa Fe to? Is it closer to Colorado?
Okay, so I took 2 years of auto shop in high school, and then when I got into college, I had like a free period, and so I took an auto shop class at college. They had a shop class, and they also had a welding class, and they had a body shop class that I took 1 year as an elective. There was a guy there in my auto shop class that had a Chevy Corvair, and he put an Oldsmobile 455 out of a Tornado in the back end.
Rear end.
Yes.
Rear engine.
On a Tornado, it would have gone in the front because it was a front wheel drive on the Tornado back then. But since Corvair was rear, he stuck it in back, and he did wheelies in the back parking lot because that engine was so much heavier.
Oh, yeah.
And then the six-cylinder that came in the Corvair, that was the craziest thing I ever saw. Now, I had a Vega that had a 350 in it, and that thing would also pull the front wheels up off the ground about 6 or 8 inches with drag slicks on it. Yeah.
I could only imagine. Sakar says Santa Fe was dragged 8.25 miles north. All right. Okay, so Ronnie, let's see. You had a story that you wanted to share with us this morning that's Fenn related.
This is Fenn related.
Rusty Nipple says my Model A has a 383 stroker.
Oh,
I
damn.
bet that thing gets up and goes.
Yes.
That was light.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so this is a Fenn story, or it could be. Just this last week, what day was this? September 18th. So just a couple days ago, 3 hunters mauled in grizzly bear attacks at Yellowstone.
Uh-oh.
He was in their face before they even had a chance to grab a gun.
Or a phone.
Or a camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that would have been great.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
sure
we'd have
somebody
showed it.
I'm sure somebody was filming it because they always are when somebody.
And remember,
but,
if you're with 2 other people, there's 3 of you, remember, you don't have to be faster than the bear.
No.
Just your other 2 friends.
So this. I'll just read this. 3 hunters were badly hurt in 2 separate grizzly bear attacks in Montana on the same day. All 3 suffered moderate to severe injuries after being mauled by a lone bear in the Gray Valley Mountains on Monday, according to Montana Fish and Wildlife and Parks Agency. It's not known if it's the same grizzly bear involved in both attacks, which happened less than 12 hours apart in the same area southwest of the city of Bozeman. In the first attack, a bear charged at two men hunting in the mountains range at 7:30 a.m. One of the pair was able to drive the grizzly bear away with bear spray. If you're going to be out there, it's unbelievably important that everybody carries bear spray.
Yeah.
While he was on top of his friend, according to a worker at an outdoor shop the men visited later that day, which is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yep. The employee, Terry James, said the hunters thought they may have startled the bear as it was sleeping,
Oh.
which you never want to do.
And like you don't want to do that to me either.
Or even dogs. Let's see sleeping dogs lie.
Right.
Yep. They said the bear was up in their face, just right there on top of them before they even had a chance to really even grab a gun or do anything, which I think is important for people to know. If you've never seen a grizzly bear, or any bear for that matter, run, they are fast.
Yeah, they are.
They can cover a lot of ground. I mean, they're not cheetah fast. I have to imagine they're as fast as a dog.
Sledneck says, Ronnie, it was west of Yellowstone near Ennis or Cameron, actually.
And that's right, because I've read this story before, and that's what it's saying here.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, the men sought medical treatment in the small town of Ennis.
There you go.
After leaving the hospital, they visited the shop to buy new clothes. I'm sure theirs were kind of tore up.
Well, that could be popular. Girls like those jeans that way.
According to Miss James, who worked at the shop, and she posted pictures of the bloodied hunters on Facebook. The third man was attacked at 6:30 p.m. while hunting with a friend who was unharmed. They drove the bear away, and the injured hunter was treated in the village of Sheridan before being transferred to the city of Butte. Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks said both attacks remained under investigation. Wildlife authorities sometimes capture and kill bears that have become habituated to people.
That's a bad thing.
And also do so more rarely when an animal is believed to have intentionally sought out its victims. So it's very peculiar to have a bear attack if it's not with cubs. It's way, way more common. You get too close to a cub and there's mama bear.
Mm.
This sounds like you got just a freaking crazy rogue bear out there.
Well, they're saying, were they off trail?
Well, they were hunting, so
I don't know if it makes a difference.
Yeah.
It just depends on where the bear is.
It really is. And I've stumbled across bears before while I was deer hunting, and it's a little bit it'll definitely wake you up. I was out there, I remember it so vividly, wind blowing in my face
Mm-hmm.
at 20 miles an hour. I'm stepping over manzanita brush that's probably 2 feet tall, watching where every foot goes. And then I look up, and 30 yards ahead of me, here's a bear. I'm like, okay, well, I don't have a bear tag, so technically I'm not supposed to shoot it. But trust me, if he would have come towards me, I would have gladly given Fish and Game my rifle and paid the $1,500 fine not to be attacked by a bear.
Yeah.
But the bear, and since the wind was blowing in my face, it was going from the bear towards me.
Oh, he didn't smell you.
Suddenly the wind shifted and went right towards him, and he put his nose straight up in the air, and then he was standing up, and then he plopped down on 2 feet staring right at me like, here we go.
That's how they run 35 miles an hour.
And then he went, boom, he turned the other way, and they make this kind of a grunting sound as he ran away. Like, wow, I need a porta potty right about now. It was terrible. I mean, it's one of the most frightening things I've ever faced in my life. And I've faced people with guns before,
Yeah.
but I'd rather be shot than mauled by a bear.
I'd rather be shot than mauled by your dog.
Which is a distinct possibility.
I like staying on trails in Yellowstone because bears pay attention to the no bear crossing signs. Well, that does make sense. It makes perfect sense.
I always, Yogi always did.
Hey, boo-boo.
He would take your picnic basket, but yeah, he was not going to maul anybody.
Hunting in bear country? What did they expect, says Street.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Every place you hunt is bear country for the most part.
Hmm.
I've hunted. I don't deer hunt anymore, but
You know, what I often wonder about with people who go boots on the ground, how often do they encounter a rattlesnake or some sort of snake that's germane to that area?
you know what? Where out at the dam where I work, we have rattlesnake there. We just had a full scale exercise last Wednesday, um, and we warned people up front that nothing in this exercise will kill you, but a rattlesnake could definitely do you some harm. So make sure you're watching where you step. Whenever you walk around a tight corner, you have to take the corner wide. You don't want to just plant your foot down.
Surprise someone.
Yeah, and the baby rattlesnakes, they look when they're all coiled up in the morning, they're only really about this big, and it looks like a bootlace that's just been tossed on the ground.
Oh God.
And so it's kind of frightening. And the baby rattlesnakes, if they bite you, they're just going to empty their poison sacs because they have no idea. Adult rattlesnakes, there's only about a 25% chance that a adult rattlesnake will even inject you with poison. We've had a couple people bit by rattlesnakes out there, construction workers, where they got what they call a dry bite, where
Oh, no venom.
no venom. They got two fang marks, and no venom.
Why? How does a snake determine whether
Because
it
the
is?
snake realizes rattlesnakes are pit vipers, and they have these things that pick up heat, the pits, as it were, and they it can tell by using those pits what size this warm-blooded creature is in front of them. A rattlesnake realizes it's not going to eat you, so there's no reason to inject you with poison.
Huh.
If you were the size of a mouse, you would be injected with poison. Even a dog would get hit with poison because a dog is, it's not going to eat the dog, but a dog will definitely cause a rattlesnake harm. And they run into coyotes. We have a ton of coyotes out there also. And
Mhm.
so they are a lot more forgiving of humans than they are of any animal.
All right. Interesting. Interesting. Ronnie, I saw
Uh,
grizzlies, scat, and a grizzly paw print about 3/4 of a mile from a boat launch south of Lake Hebgen.
oh, yeah,
Um,
they're out there.
I love this one here. Sometimes you eat the bear, sometimes the bear eats you. You don't eat the bear.
I've eaten bear.
Have you really?
Yes, I have eaten bear.
Okay.
It's a little greasy.
I can imagine.
It's best. In fact, I had bear chili, is how it
Oh,
was prepared.
I once had rattlesnake chili.
I've eaten rattlesnake too, but
Oh,
it
that's
was
disgusting.
it was more like it was cut up like steaks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or yeah, I guess it would be like
Why
steaks.
would you
Yeah.
want to eat rattlesnake?
I was in Boy Scouts and we killed a rattlesnake. Our scout leader killed it, and then he skinned it and used the skin for his hat. But anybody who wanted to could have like a slice of rattlesnake that night.
Ugh.
It's I don't know. It was kind of like it looks like pork. It's white like that.
Let me guess. It tastes like
It
chicken.
does taste like chicken.
I
Yeah.
hate chicken.
Because it tastes like rattlesnake.
Yes, I'm very biased. Step on a big diamondback and you're dead.
Um, possibly.
Okay.
So we had a construction worker at our facility where I work as a deputy, and we had a parking lot that had 3 foot tall weeds in it.
Hmm.
And so the construction company wanted to use this area as a parking lot in the morning
Right.
because every morning I had a bomb dog. The bomb dog had to sniff every construction vehicle before they went on top of the dam. So they were going to use this area as a staging area for their vehicles in the morning. So they threw a couple guys out there with weed eaters, and one of the dudes got bit, and I don't know how big it was. I only saw, and the dude was wearing gaiters, which are
Crocs.
They're like rattlesnake protection. They're kind of like,
Oh,
they're almost like shin guards.
okay.
Um, and you would typically, yeah, get a bite on your lower leg, but he was wearing boots and it went right through his boot, but he got no venom at all. This was one of the guys that was not
Dang.
envenomated. So he was lucky. They sent him to the hospital anyway, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, if I have two fang marks and I see a rattlesnake, I'm going to the hospital. I don't care if there's no venom in there at all. Take
Well,
me
you
to the
don't
hospital.
know.
You don't know, yeah, until maybe it's too late.
Hmm.
Yeah. So, but they said no, you didn't get. And I have seen one of our friends, because we have rattlesnakes out here also. One of our friends, his son was out by the old airfield, Phoenix Field, and picked up a little snake. Turned out to be a rattlesnake, and it bit him on the finger. His finger became the size of my forearm. It was this big around, and the skin was cracking, um, and they thought he was going to lose his finger. And they gave him a ton of anti venom, and they were able to save it. But and he was very popular with the ladies for a little while. But that's a different story.
For a different day. A man in San Diego stepped on an 8-foot diamondback and died.
Yeah.
Well, they don't like being stepped on.
No.
They take that personally.
Yeah.
And they want you dead. I don't converse with anyone who's named after an 80s song. Tom Sawyer.
Not a Rush fan.
Sledneck says, seen some wolf tracks this year too.
Yeah, we don't have wolves here, thankfully. But some of the coyotes are big. Some of the coyotes, we have a neighborhood next door site.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody's on next door, but some people have thought they saw a wolf. It's just a big, healthy coyote. There's not a lot of stray cats in that neighborhood. So, yeah, if your cat is out at night, he may not be there in the morning.
Juno, at Juno, that Hebgen Lake area, I saw no less than two huge grizzly bear warning signs. But I was like, yeah, they always say that to cover themselves. It's got to be rare.
Yeah.
You really want to take that chance?
Yeah, that's what those hunters were saying too.
Uh-huh. Riley Henry sends along a ha-ha. Hi, Riley. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. All right. We're coming to the end of our lot of time here. Is there anything specifically that you'd like to have us talk about? Put it in the live chat right now.
Yep.
I want to mention once again that our website is kind of cool. It's worthy of a few minutes of your time. It's menaresosmart.com. We do social media, but we really don't have time to do all of the different formats.
Right.
Ronnie does a little Twitter himself, but
Yeah.
I don't dabble. We're mostly on Facebook. We had a post on Facebook.
Gone crazy.
For us, it went viral.
Yeah.
For many, it would have to be 1 million to go viral.
Right.
55,000 views of that one post, and it was a comment about the state of California. And
Yeah.
I don't mean as one of the 50 states. I mean its condition.
Yeah.
And I was really concerned, Ronnie, when I put that up, because we don't like to.
We don't like to go dive into the political arena.
I was thinking more not of politics, but having been a resident for 53 years of California.
Yeah.
And just my observation, I didn't want to get too political, but we did, and it goes to 55,000 views.
If you live in California, then you get it.
You'll laugh at this post.
Yeah.
You really will.
Yeah.
At Sasha, MH talks about the basics of student reflection stuff and why students, hunters, should reflect. We learned reflection in elementary school here in Minnesota.
Yeah. I learned reflection the first time I looked in the mirror.
What did you see? Anything good?
Yeah. I saw myself.
In a different light? Remember I told you about mirrors. I must have broken a lot along the way. 6 in the morning, Tom. Early bird gets the worm. Somebody earlier asked me what time I got up. I thought I mentioned that. I was up at 3:15, and then I fell back to sleep for a while, and then woke up at 4:45, and that was late. I did manage to get here on time this morning.
Yes, right on time.
Right on time.
Yeah.
You know why? Because traffic over the top of town, there's nothing at that time of the hour.
Especially coming this direction.
And you know what? If you haven't done it recently, get a chance one of these days and watch the sunrise.
I get to do that when I go to work.
Yeah, it's just beautiful.
I've posted some amazing sunrise photos.
Do any of our viewers, are you fishermen by chance? Paul Ammons, I know he's a friend of mine, searcher on Facebook. Where's the link? At Men Are So Smart, Davio. Good morning to you. Sorry, buddy. I've seen you commenting, but I didn't acknowledge you.
Welcome.
Goes from empowerment, success, reflection, and problem-solving chat to explain failure. That's what makes me cringe. Sorry. Okay. I think that's going to bring us to our conclusion.
That seems like a pretty logical place to end it up.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
We'll have new shows for you this week.
Yep.
Things have changed slightly, and we're getting a lot of feedback on this, so I wanted to mention it here on live. Yes, we had been doing shows Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then we started doing the live show on Sunday morning.
Right.
So in theory, what we were having to do is find content for 4 different shows, plus the editing that goes along with that. Not the live show. The live show, you get what you get. But some of the editing that has to be done was becoming overwhelming for me. I was beginning to feel like I had no life whatsoever. And those that know me know that one of the things that I enjoy the most in my life is spending time with my grandsons. And this was taking away from that. And I'm sorry about that. But what we've done now,
time-consuming.
Very.
Super.
I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but I can tell you that each one of these videos, if it's 20 minutes in length, it takes about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours to edit it all to the point where I want it to be, quality-wise. And then it takes another hour and 20 minutes of uploading. It has to be uploaded twice.
That seems insane.
Once from my video editing software, I use VSDC. There's a plug. Maybe they'll give me it's already free. And so that's what I use. So once I'm done editing, I have to upload it to a file that YouTube will recognize. And then that's the next step. You take that condensed version, compressed, if you will, and then you have to upload it to YouTube, which is not that long of a process, but it's still a second time that it has to be uploaded. So
that's a long road to hoe.
It is. And then, my grandson's coming up because I edit in my garage. I have either music or some kind of video going, but no sound, very little sound. And my grandson comes out there and he wants to play. He wants to play trucks and I can't.
Yeah.
And it kills me to do that. I don't like to say no to him ever. So here's the deal. On Sunday, we do our live show. After this, we'll do a couple of episodes.
Yep.
And we've moved our schedule now. Pay attention. Listen up. We are going to have videos on Tuesday, Thursday, and our live show on Sunday. Yes, Sledneck says, Lou, grandkids should come first. Exactly. Yeah. And that's why I'm making this move. I'm sorry. I know it's a change from what you folks are used to and watching us. And we would never want to lose you. I just had to cut down just a little bit. When I get done here today, I don't have to worry about getting a video on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Right.
One of the other things I wanted to talk about is this. Ronnie, 7 o'clock is pretty early on a Sunday morning, and I do not have one day in the week where I sleep in.
Yep.
I'm thinking about the possibility of moving it to 8 o'clock, only because 3 hours difference on the East Coast would be 11 o'clock.
Right.
And that still would be Sunday morning mass.
Right.
How do you feel about that?
My only concern during football season is the shows start here, or the games start here 2 hours after that. So it doesn't leave a lot of time for filming our shows. But you know what? We'll toss it around.
Okay, we'll let you know about that. But for now, just know our show will be Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday until that changes, and we'll let you know if and when it does. Just checking the last of the live chat here before we get out. It depends on where you're located. Oh, okay.
I'm sort of saying you might take a break from the Fenn stuff, but you'll probably still watch Mass.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Mass is conglomeration of a lot of things.
Yeah.
We just kind of want it to be kind of a variety show.
I mean, we're still going to look for Fenn content.
And bring it to you.
I watch a lot of Fenn shows during the week. I watch shows that I don't like, just looking for a tidbit of something. There's not a lot of new stuff going on there. But again, it's I watch a lot of YouTube, so I may as well watch some YouTube Fenn related stuff.
Hey, Ronnie, is your volume on your phone down?
Yes.
Okay, because I'm about to do something here and it needs to be.
Okay.
I had an idea this morning. I thought might be fun until I did a test run on it and it didn't work.
Oh.
Hey, Siri, can you tell me exactly the location that Forrest Fenn hid his treasure?
Uh-oh. Renee Forrest Timmons doesn't seem to have an address. If you'd like to add one, you can do so from the Contacts app.
That's my friend Renee Forrest, my first girlfriend I ever had. Why did it do that? Can you do it, Ronnie?
Maybe.
I'll
Hey,
turn
Siri,
mine down.
tell me the location of Forrest Fenn's treasure.
I didn't find any matching places.
Well, you didn't do the job right.
Well,
Hey, Siri, I want to find Forrest Fenn's treasure. Where should I look?
The best rated option I see is Hidden Treasure Siberians on
Spanish
Spring Garden
treasure.
Road in
Springs
Forest
treasure.
Hill.
All right, see, that's why we didn't do this.
well, if Siri can't find it, it can't be found.
Tom Sawyer says, yeah, not a lot of new content, but it's not the fault of the YouTubers. There just isn't a lot of new stuff.
Right.
Absolutely. Okay.
You know what? I think that Fenn Marie probably was a wealth of information.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to try to find a way to get there next year.
We can get there.
And beyond that, I did notice that a couple searchers are changing their search area.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and like me, I've always thought that it was in New Mexico, as did these searchers, and now they're changing it up a little bit. So who knows? I mean, like I said, without you got to figure out that first clue.
Oh, okay. Tom Sawyer has an idea. I'll try it. Hey, Siri, where does Warm Waters halt?
Okay.
That's not right. Let's try it again. Hey, Siri, where does Warm Waters halt?
Okay. I found this on the web for Where Does Warm Waters Halt. Check it out.
Okay, let's check it out, Ronnie. Let's see what it says. Fenn clues. Where warm waters halt is believed by many to be the key clue to solving the puzzle, especially considering the usage of the phrase begin it immediately preceding. So it appears that we are being told to start our journey at where warm waters halt. Forrest has intimated that the puzzle involves a starting point, so WWWH seems to be that starting point. Forrest could have used the phrase where warm waters balk, and it would mean the same exact thing if you believe it means where warm waters stop. And balk would rhyme perfectly with walk, where halt doesn't. Interesting.
Wow.
All right, well, this is on a website called fenclues.com. If you're interested, maybe we can put the link up. And it might be something you haven't seen before. Okay, Ronnie, on Facebook, at Men Are So Smart. You got some comments?
Sledneck just says, Ronnie, I watch shows I don't like too.
I don't.
And then Bubba Ganoush says, I think it's time to start from the beginning again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of us need to start from the very start. Where to begin. Where warm waters halt.
Yep.
If we only had the solve to
Dang,
that,
that first clue.
I bet everybody would be able to snag it.
Yep.
I guarantee it. But there've got to be 10,000 to 100,000 where warm waters halts in the Rocky Mountains.
Yep.
Otis says steelhead on the salmon in Idaho, Peck, Idaho also. We used to fish for stripers on the Sacramento River.
Yes.
And man, I brought home some big ones, some really big ones. Love fishing, don't get to do it much, don't have much time, especially with editing.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
all right. Okay, so our website, menarososmart.com, you'll be able to vote there for our Mantasy picks this week if you feel so inclined to do. Let's see, anything else, Ronnie? Oh, stickers. Did I just spit on you?
A little bit.
Stickers. We never received them.
Yeah.
Evidently, they got lost in the mail.
Yep.
We used a post office box. Maybe that wasn't the best idea. But as is the case, a lot of times we get our chain yanked. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
All right. Okay, Ronnie.
All right. Well,
That brings us to the conclusion of a grueling 45-minute show.
we get to do 2 shows.
Yeah.
I hope I get paid for 2 shows today.
Oh, you will. In fact, the second show is double.
Nice.
It's double time. So just take 2 times your hourly wage, which is what?
0.
0.
Right.
Anything times 0 is 0.
Okay.
So you can expect 2 times 0. We're changing the direction of our search. That's like saying we were so wrong. You know all that stuff we did 400 shows on? Forget all of that. We're going in a different direction.
Yeah.
All right. Folks, anything else you want us to answer? Quickly. Yep, across the Riverview in Antioch, Lou. Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't been
yeah.
that far south
Yeah.
fishing. But I have fished in lots of places on the Delta. Many places. I grew up fishing with my dad. He had a boat. And we always went for stripers. Caught a lot of, good show, says Steve Klein. We caught a lot of catfish too. And I think one time I actually caught a sturgeon,
Oh, damn.
but I couldn't get it in.
No way. They're gigantic.
Yeah, and we weren't fishing with that big a test line.
Yeah.
It might have been
yeah.
30 pound or something.
Yeah.
And so it broke it off.
You'd never land a
And
sturgeon.
I don't think a catfish. Well,
There's some big catfish out there too.
I have seen some
but
pictures.
not approaching the size of a sturgeon.
No, I don't think so.
Yep.
Okay. Friendship, when you can spit on each other. Sorry, Ronnie.
And I just like shrug it off.
I know, like it didn't happen, but
Yeah.
it did. Okay. GK references right there. Are we just not subtle? Is that the problem? Are we just not subtle? What would good content look like? Well, something that's based in fact, something that is new
Right.
to searchers, something that might be revolutionary.
A clue, something that might lead you in your own hunt.
Right. Do you realize, and I don't know how many people we have watching at this time or how many will watch this whole video, but if everybody said where they believe where warm waters halt, we probably have about 5,000 different solutions.
Yeah.
We've asked if people want to do that. Nobody does.
No.
Nobody wants to give away their where warm waters halt in an effort
Can't blame them.
to help the entire group.
Right. I cannot blame somebody. If you've done a bunch of research and you think you've got it, there's no way you're going to give that up.
Jason's had a lot of good content lately.
Yeah.
He really has.
I very rarely miss one of Jason's shows.
Now, Jason's show is a Fenn show, and might I just say once again that we really don't want to be labeled as just a Fenn show.
Right. Well,
And-
we can't compete with Jason.
No.
We can't compete with
Sean.
Sean either.
Right, exactly.
So-
That's what they do. They do all Fenn all the time.
Right.
And we like to have a little bit of variety.
Yeah.
Stuff that might be enlightening, something that might help you have a better life, a better understanding of how things work. what it takes to be a grown man, what kind of decisions people make and why, topical content, stuff that's not so topical.
How to work OBS.
We're going to do it. No, we're not. No, we're not.
We're going to be attending one of Jason's workshops on OBS, though.
I hope he's getting paid for that. Never really love the temps normally dryer. Okay, all right. So we're going to get out of here.
Yep.
Want to let you know that we really do appreciate you getting up and watching our show on Sundays. We're sorry. We don't know why.
That was the weirdest thing.
What happened today happened. We really don't understand. We didn't do anything. We weren't. In fact, we weren't even touching our computer.
No.
So.
Because I told you not to touch it.
Jason, send money. Move Sasha now. I've got a feeling Sasha doesn't really need money. Well, I mean, she has her own money.
I mean, I heard Jason talk the other night. He thinks it's going to, there's like, I can't remember, $1,500 to $1,800 involved or something like that. So it's not, like a bunch of money. But hey, if you don't just happen to have a couple thousand laying around, yeah, it's an issue.
Yeah, well, I don't, so I can understand. And I think I can speak from the both of us. We want you two to be together. We really do.
Yeah. Both really nice people.
Absolutely. And please understand that we really do appreciate what you did for us, Jason. We wouldn't be here this weekend if you hadn't. So Thank you very much. All right. To all of our viewers, Baba, Davio, Dev JB, Paul, good morning, Paul, Ken, Charles Clement, Tom Sawyer, Zoso Rocks,
On.
Juno, Evelyn, Rusty Nipples. That must be painful.
I've had that.
Have you?
Yeah, I got a tetanus shot.
I just sprayed WD-40 on there, and it seems to work. Speaking of a show about nothing, we might just do an episode on WD-40 and all the things that it can do.
I used it the other day. I put new tags on my license plate and then used it to clean my license plate.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. It believes it's sparkly.
Okay. I am Lou Gallagher. Thanks for watching.
Ronnie.
Yeah, that was